I think everybody had as much fun as ever. I mean, we had a crowd that certainly equaled our record, and again, I run into thousands of shareholders, and they're all having a good time here, and our directors have a good time.
Was there anything different about this meeting, or is it the sameness that makes it so special?
It's the sameness, pretty much. I mean, working with Charlie Munger, we're not going to change the format very much.
Although Brian pointed out earlier that there were a lot of kind of controversial subjects, a lot of things that caught people's attention and picked up a lot of news this time, and it's because you and Charlie say what you think, especially Charlie.
Controversial subjects.
Yeah, Charlie says exactly what he thinks, and he thinks in colorful language, too. Have you noticed that?
I've noticed that. Has that changed over the years, or is that just more the same?
That's Charlie.
Yeah, that's Charlie, and since you met him?
Since 1959, when I met him.
Okay. Warren, let's talk about some of the things that really resonated with people, and maybe start where you began the annual meeting this year, and that was talking to your investors and telling them a little bit about investing, some tips and lessons along the way. You kind of used it as a teaching experience at the top.
Yeah, normally I don't do that. I mean, in fact, I can't remember when I did it. We just go right into questions and answers. But I really thought that maybe we were giving a little bit the wrong lesson because all the questions would naturally tend toward current events. And so this time I went back actually to 1942 when I bought my first stock as an illustration of all the things that have happened since 1942. We've had 14 presidents, 7 Republicans, 7 Democrats. We've had world wars. We had 9/11. We had the Cuban Missile Crisis. We have all kinds of things. The best single thing you could have done on March 11th, 1942, when I bought my first stock, was just buy an index fund and never look at a headline, never think about stocks anymore. Just like you would do if you bought a farm. You just buy the farm and let the tenant farmer run it for you. And I pointed out that if you'd put $10,000 in an index fund that reinvested dividends, and I paused for a moment to let the audience try and guess how much it amount to, and it would come to $51 million now. And the only thing you had to really believe in then is that America would win the war, and that America would progress as it has ever since 1776, and that American business, if America moved forward, American business would move forward. You didn't have to worry about what stock to buy. You didn't have to worry what day to get in and out. You didn't know the Federal Reserve would exist, whatever it might be. And America works.
The importance of long-term investing. Buffett emphasizes long-term investing, particularly in definite holding periods. He believes that stocks of companies with excellent management should be held long-term, as long as the market doesn't overvalue them. This principle has remained unchanged from 1942 to the present. Focus on a company's intrinsic value. Buffett practices value investing, but it's not simply about buying cheap stocks. He prioritizes the following points. 1. Purchasing at a fair price relative to the company's actual strength. 2. Selecting companies with straightforward business models or within his area of expertise. 3. Choosing companies that have consistently grown their performance over extended periods. 4. Selecting promising companies that address societal needs and possess high competitiveness. The effectiveness of index investing. Buffett considers index fund investing as one of the best options for individual investors. Particularly, stock indices of developed countries with expected economic growth are anticipated to rise over the long term. Ignoring market noise. Buffett recommends not being swayed by headlines or short-term market movements. Instead, he believes it's crucial to have faith in the long-term growth potential of the American economy.